What is going on, family? This is your boy Marcus Washington. It is Monday night, and man, let me tell you about my day. My day was long. Um, kind of stayed away from Falcons talk for the most part today. Uh, got home, said I was gonna do the video as soon as I got home. I was gonna do the live. Man, I got something in my stomach. Next thing you know, I was knocked out. So I was exhausted because what I ate shouldn't have put me down like that. Maybe it's old age and all that other stuff, but I don't know. So what's going on, John? What's happening? Armani, what's happening, fam? What's happening? CP said, what's good, Mark? I'm looking at a whole lot of folks at Flowery ran sideways now from blank to certain players. Yeah, man. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. I'm not going to be on long today. I promise you. Gavin, what's going on? He says, times are hard in these Falcon streets. We got to have special episodes. So I wake up, and I wake up to the inevitable news. 2 weeks ago, I was a little apprehensive of them not pulling the trigger on Arthur Smith during the bye week for this very reason. So we get a report that says Falcons owner Arthur Blank does not appear to be making a move anytime soon. However, according to The Athletic, Blank has been supportive of Smith behind the scenes while expecting better results the rest of the way. Smith is not expected to be fired during or after the 2023 season. And there you have it, fam. The culture that we talked about might be at the top, the very top. We're in a weird situation as a franchise. As we've seen fans clock out again. With each loss, your fan base is getting more furious, more frustrated. And some have just flat out clocked out. Some are like, you know what, man, I'm not watching another game until y'all fire this guy. You have some people saying, hey, I'm not going to another game. And I know Arthur Blank has to be seeing this. And there's stubbornness there too. And I think the one thing that's keeping his job right now, because remember, fam, we went through this with Dan Quinn. They didn't want to fire Dan Quinn when they fired him. But they just had no choice. He was 0-5. They had no choice. This situation, he's given Arthur Smith some rope because theoretically, as bad as this team has wet the bed the last 3 weeks, they're fundamentally still in play for the NFC South. So I think we're on a bye. I think the Saints are on a bye. So nothing changes there. We're sitting at the top. Tampa Bay is not going to beat San Francisco. So what you're looking at, arguably, is the battle for the first spot in the NFC South in 2 weeks. But again, there was another thing going on where if you fire him, I mean, your offense doesn't really change too much. I mean, you can't really change the verbiage midstream. You know, you really can't change this offense completely. I figured, at least in a week you could maybe make some adjustments, but I guess they're sticking with that. The problem that I have is them talking about they expect this man back after this year. Now that might just be talk. They might be fine. I still firmly believe we don't make the playoffs. There's no way you keep this guy. I firmly believe if you kept this guy going into 2024, you really don't have a fan base at this point. People were booing him on the Pat McAfee show. You go on YouTube anywhere. If people aren't talking about fire Arthur Smith now, people are now talking about he's on the hot seat. So I don't see how you have a 3-year plan, and then at the end of 3 years you didn't make the playoffs any of these years after spending $140+ million. And let me say this: I was on Smitty's show, and big shout out to Berto too, man. They had me on there. Man, I had a brain fart. I didn't realize this until like late last night. I'm in the shower. I'm like, man, I said Richard Smith instead of Dean Pease. I had completely erased Dean Pease out of my mental capacity. So when I got on there and talked about Richard Smith, I meant Dean Pease. So let me mention that, and Smitty and them let me rock with that too. I'm gonna talk to Smitty and them about that. But Richard Smith was trash too. But that's just how, mentally clocked out I am on this team at this point. Let's see. RUA says, shit, they fired Quinn when fans couldn't be there. Imagine if they were. CP says there's going to be another fan exodus boycott. Blank is responsible for this lack of urgency. I believe you're already starting to see that happen. I just, Blank is up there in age. You would figure there would be more, he would be more willing to pull the trigger because he is paying for this. So you have a subpar product out there, bruh. And you got to have a pulse of the fan base. You have to have a pulse of the media. And again, it's business as usual. You can come here and be as terrible as you want to. They'll let you rock for a year, knowing you should have been out of here. How many times have we seen this, bro? The culture, unfortunately, seems to be at the top. Rich McKay still got a gig. And it's not like you can sit there and say, well, we can force him to sell the team. This man is his own boss. This is his team. But what we can tell people is stop buying the merch. Stop going to the games. That's how you voice your frustration to an organization that seems to have put winning way, way in the backfield. So, not the news that I wanted to hear, but it was the news I expected. So we'll see. We'll see where this season pans out. If we make it to the playoffs or not, but it seems like hell. If we don't make the playoffs, Arthur don't really give a fuck. It's the same old, fam. This is another part that's hard to be a fan of the team. People don't know, like, people in different fan bases, once upon a time they had success. When we look back at it, we've had, in the last 10 years, 1 year where we were actually, like, comfortably a good team. Even in 2017, our offense took a major step back. Our defense took a step up. But compared to 2016, we took a step back. And after 2017, it's pretty much been downhill. But I'm at a point now, man, to where here's my advice to you guys: mentally check out. Don't get super emotional about these games. This team at this point, they got to earn people getting back on the clock. Honestly, they have to earn fans getting back on the clock. Because we've been all out for this team, man, all out. And to lose in the way that they're losing now reminds me of what was that, 2020, where we found different ways to lose. It's the same shit, fam. It's the same stuff. It gets exhausting. And now, when you have an owner that comes out and seemingly gets the back of the coach and is like, man, fuck y'all as fans. Yeah, I expect to see better things, but I got this man's back. Matter of fact, for this year and next year, and I want him back in 2024. So we don't make the playoffs. That's 3 straight losing seasons, bro. How long do you stick with something that simply ain't working? Now, let's play devil's advocate. Let's say after the bye week, he turns it around. I don't see it. I don't see it. Just like Desmond Ridder, when I said he should have been benched, and I'm like, I just don't see it. It's the same thing with this coach. I think some of these players have checked out on him. Fan base has definitely checked out on him. So as a coach, how do you get the fan? How do you get them back? They don't even know where to start. They don't know how to win games. They don't even know how to win games convincingly. Now they don't even know how to win games. You got a situation with, you don't know which quarterback that you're starting. You don't want to be decisive about one or the other. This is a recipe for being on the couch when the playoffs start, fam. Gavin says, I don't believe you can dismiss what Smith did during his first 2 years with no talent. So I get it. I get why they won't fire him. Well, here's the thing. First year, you don't expect anything. Second year, you won 7 games. And that was, to me, that was an accomplishment. However, the bad part is what we're seeing now, we actually have seen, we just hadn't paid attention to it. You look at that first year, we were 0 for 8 in go-ahead drives. We were 0 for 8. And we were 7-9 then. You look at last year. Last year, we should have actually won 10 games last year. Found ways to lose. Matt Ryan's last year found ways to lose. This year, look at what we're doing now. Finding ways to lose. This year, it sticks out like a sore thumb because we had money. We went shopping in the offseason. You know, we're looking at this product that they're pumping out for this season. We're like, oh, okay, man, I actually like this. Same situation we were in last year with no money. No money. In the same exact spot. This is who this guy is as a head coach. And one thing that I think we're starting to see about rich folk, they don't like to admit when they're wrong. See, Arthur and these boys and Rich McKay, they hired this guy before they hired the GM. They won in the GM situation. But now they're like, yeah, we don't want to admit failure 2.5 years into this man's tenure. So we're going to double down on 2024. We expect him back next year. Like that, you didn't even have to say that shit. You would have just said, hey, listen, we're going to ride it out for the rest of the year. We still have an opportunity to make the playoffs. So, yeah, we're going to stick with him. And I'd have been like, I get it. In a perfect world, he should have been fired after dropping 3 straight to the quarterbacks that had no business beating us. But okay, whatever. But to double down and say we expect him back in 2024, that's just some extra shit that don't need to be there. And it's almost like you're sticking the knife in fans. That was unnecessary. So this is what I mean by culture. This is it. So if we don't go anywhere for the rest of the season, we got to eye the front office. We got to start eyeing them. Because the one thing that is consistent, we keep getting guys exactly like Arthur Smith. But the bad part about the other guys is they almost started winning immediately. When Mike Smith got here, we went to the playoffs that year. So it was with a rookie quarterback, a running back that we got from the Chargers. We went to the playoffs that year. And Dan Quinn's era had some issues in the first year, but there was some promise there. You can tell, like, okay, it looked like they cooking up something. Roddy was having issues with Shanahan, but it looked like they was cooking up something. Second year, we went to the Super Bowl. So even with our previous coaches, there was some shine almost instantly. And those guys weren't as arrogant and pompous as this guy. Man, fam, here's my honest belief. If Arthur Smith was anything like that in the media, people still would have wanted him fired. No ifs, ands, or buts about that. Dan Quinn was like that, for his whole 5 years. And it just got to a point to where it was just unbearable to watch that defense. But these guys actually showed why you probably want to hang on to them just a little while. This guy hasn't shown it, fam. So everybody needs this buy. Not only the players, the fans need this. I think the fans need the buy more than the players, because at least the players are making hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars. So RUA says, I don't claim to be no fortune teller, but I'm going to give a prediction. We finish 8-9, maybe 9-8. We're the ones to come out of this shitty ass division, and we get bounced early. And next year, same shit. Yeah, that's the conundrum we're in. If we win, he gets another year. But at the rate that we're going, they don't know how to fix this off. They don't know how to fix this team at this point. So in 14, I don't know. I don't know what team we're getting in 14 days. Hell, we don't even know what quarterback is going to be starting in 14 days because they don't even fucking know. We find out that Taylor Heineke's sprain is a low impact sprain, but they're fam. It's just this team is a dumpster fire right now. It's a dumpster fire. So again, I don't know, fam. Maybe we expect to have him back in 2024. Maybe that's a smoke screen. Maybe, behind closed doors, they pretty much told this guy, yeah, we're gonna rock with you for the rest of the season. We don't make playoffs, you're fired. But you can't reward him with another year if we don't make the playoffs, fam. It's you got to start taking some things into consideration, fam. The schedule is cheeks. Look at who you're losing to. Who the fuck do you think you're gonna win against? Look at who you're losing to. We got what? 6 games left. Every one of these games, fam, gonna be a dogfight. Every one of them. You're in dogfights with teams that are bad. So by default, that makes you inherently bad also. But that's the theory of this football team. Close games. We play close games. And it's going to come down to the last 2 drives. That type of mentality, fam, it gets you beat every time. And as we've seen over the last 2 years, it's gotten us beat the majority of those times. But it is what it is. So I'm not gonna hold y'all tonight, man. I told y'all this short. I'm not letting my team kill my high for this week or next week. I'm gonna enjoy this bye, and I'm almost low-key nervous when we get back on the field, because the one thing we know for sure is we don't know what to expect from this team. You can't, there can no longer be any expectation because the team's trash. And it's not trash because we don't have the players to win. We got the players to win. But as an organization, I don't think a lot of people have said this, or maybe some have. I don't know. But as an organization right now, we're trash. The level of patience that our owner has for subpar talent is astounding. And the fact that he's up there in age like that with that type of patience, bruh, stop. The one thing I got to respect about other teams You look at Dallas. Dallas, everybody knows every year is going to be the same thing with Dallas. They ain't going to the Super Bowl. They're going to lose in the playoffs. But the fact is, they're in there. They're in the playoffs. I didn't really ask much or expect much. I didn't expect the Super Bowl. But God damn it, the playoffs? That ain't a hard ask for this team, man. And right now, it seem like we ain't going with a cream puff schedule. Y'all find a way to lose with it, bruh. Stop. How do you not make the playoffs this year and still trot this man back in here for the 2020? You're going to lose the fan base. I'm telling you right now. Now, if they do trot his motherfucking ass back here in the 2024 season, I can almost guarantee you they're going to strip him of offensive play calling. He'll be a head coach by title. Ain't no way in the fuck you bringing this guy back in 2024 and we don't make the playoffs and he's still the offensive coordinator and you still expect people to come out here and support this shit. There's no way. There's no way. Even Dan Quinn had to give up the defensive coordinator. He had to give up the play calling because we were atrocious there. What got Dan Quinn fired is him taking the shit back and then us going 0-5 and our defense being dead last. That's what it took to get this guy out the paint. And I think even if you brought the man back in 2024 and we didn't make the playoffs and you stripped him of offensive play calling, you still lost the fan base, fam. Now, I'm not saying you lost the fan base as far as people going to other teams. I just think fans are just going to clock out and stop supporting. They're going to support from the house. Stunts, what's going on, fam? Stunt said, what's up, Falcons fam? Work was so embarrassing, and now I got to do another day of this ish. It'll get better through the week, fam. It'll get better through the week. Chris says, they say the Falcons curse. Well, I'm here in Atlanta. Most natives say that that team is cursed. There's a strong argument now that since we've built this stadium, we've almost been pure cheeks. I just think the organization right now is just, it's not being run. It's not being run properly. You have fans now going back and saying, I told you so about the draft. You know, we should have drafted this and we should have drafted that. And I'm not one to tell them that they're wrong. Me personally, you know, I rocked with all these picks. But I would have rocked with anybody we would have got. So I mean, that's just, it is what it is. But to see these players be massively underused to the point to where Cordell Patterson is putting out vintage footage of when he was that guy a year ago. These players can't be happy with this either, fam. But they're handcuffed. You got an owner backing the coach. So now Arthur Smith is going to be on full arrogance because he know he ain't getting fired. So honestly, he can think this up, man, I can run this team into the fucking ground this year. I'm not going anywhere. And I've lived out my childhood dream. If they fired me tomorrow, I was a head coach for the Atlanta Falcons. And I'm asleep on silk sheets tonight. Fuck what y'all fans got to say. Gavin says you saw what Drake said. I didn't get a chance to see what Drake said, fam. Again, I talked about the Falcons. This will be my second time today. I was on OG's podcast earlier today. Shout out to OG for having me on. Mad Mike's channel, y'all go check them out. AFN, y'all go check them out. And at this point, every fan is frustrated, man. It just keeps getting worse. So again, just mentally, if you want to keep your sanity this year, fam, just mentally clock out. And just watch the game and cross your fingers. One of my friends was like, man, I'll tune in the fourth quarter because I know exactly where the fuck we're going to be in the fourth quarter, no matter who we play. That's just, and to me, that's just sad. Greg says, Arthur Smith has officially turned my beloved Falcons into the lifestyle condoms of the NFL. We ain't even magnums. We life. Oh God. Yes, it's bad, fam. It's bad. I'm usually the eternal optimist. But at this point, you can't even identify what to fix on this team first. You can't even identify it. It's everywhere. At least, the team has gotten worse everywhere. So in the first couple of games, we were like, we got to identify that this offense is the problem. Quarterback play, putting the ball on the lettuce. Defense playing good. Now it's like the defense can't tackle nobody. Defense is now starting to give up 20, 24, 25, 31, 28. Knowing this offense is struggling to score. So it's so much stuff, man. It's like you got all these holes in a lifeboat. One hole you can deal with. But when there's holes everywhere, expect to drown. Now they got 14 days to patch this lifeboat up. And this is what I mean by, the organization just being bad. So here's the thing. Let's start off with the coach or with the quarterback situation. If Taylor Heineke's strain is low and he's got 14 days to get right, just fucking announce who the quarterback's going to be. Quit playing games with this. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago. Quit playing games with this. But the indecisiveness of, I don't know, the most important position. Y'all can't even be committed to that. Y'all are non-committal to who the fuck is going to be the starter in the Saints game. Problem number one. And I get it. Sometimes that's a tactical advantage. Not here. Not here. There's no tactical advantage. So whether you start, whether you announce the Friday before the Sunday game, we're going to go with Desmond Ridder. There's no tactical advantage, fam. So that's the first issue. The first issue is attacking that and just start being straightforward with the media and the fan base at this point. Who the fuck's starting? Just go ahead and all this secretive stuff. Y'all aren't good enough to be secretive at this point. And at this point, I think people are so exhausted of the quarterback conversation, they don't even give a fuck. Which one of these motherfuckers starting? That's your first order of business. Get that out the way. And then get out of this mentality that every game needs to be close. That game plan for the Saints, y'all should have domination written everywhere at Flowery Branch. Ain't no this is going to be close. Fuck that. Put together a fucking game. I mean, man, fam, this is easy, man. It's not fucking rocket science. But we've seen this before with coaches, man. Coaches will have good teams and just squander away the talent because they were not qualified for the position to begin with. Now, my thing is, I'm wondering if they'll have Arthur. Now, they'll probably have Arthur Smith on Pat McAfee's show. What is that? Thursdays when he gets on there. They probably learned their lesson, so they probably won't have him on there when a crowd is around. And again, this is nothing personal on the coach. Nothing personal. It's just I think he's a shit coach right now. But it is what it is, fam. I just hate that finally we have good pieces. You know, we have what they call in an old house, we have good bones. But my God, this roof is shit right now. So I think all the fans are going to go into the game against the Saints very cautiously. Very, very cautiously. But I'm not breaking another remote. I ain't breaking shit else. I'm a watch the game. I'm probably going to watch the game on mute, meaning I ain't saying nothing. It's hard because when you see your team make a big play, you know, I'm the type of fan that, you know, gets up and, you know, I'm screaming at the TV, you know, I see a formation. I'm talking to the players like they can fucking hear me. They wouldn't be able to hear me if I was in the stands. I'm at the house. You know, I'm seeing the formation. Hey, watch the left, you know, shit like that. So I'll probably still do that. I don't think I can pull that out of me. But if we win or if we lose, my blood pressure is gonna stay the same at this point. So yeah, man. It is what it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop off here, man. Sorry I jumped on here so late, but again, what I ate wasn't even supposed to put me down like that. So apparently I was tired because I ate salmon and Brussels sprouts. It wasn't like I went and got one of these heart attack burgers from Wendy's and fries and a large drink. I'm at an age now where that type of food, I'm catching a nap after that. I've officially become my parents. Back when I was younger, I used to be able to swallow one of those meals. Stay up all night. These days, nah, dog. Nah, dog, I'm sleep almost 10 to 15 minutes after I finish it. Guaranteed. If I eat and there's anywhere to lay down, I'm gonna find it. I'll holler at y'all in 2 hours. Minimum. So I must have been tired today. But that's what happens when you get into your 40s, man. You get into your 40s, your body starts to betray you in a lot of ways. If I eat and I'm watching something, yeah, I'm not finishing that. Especially if it's a movie. Nah, I ain't finishing that. You hit me up the next day. Hey, man, how was that movie? Shit, I don't know. I went to sleep. It's weird how, man, when this age gets on you, a lot, man, fam, man, I ain't even exaggerating. When I was in my 20s, I worked overnight, right? I would actually be able to work overnight, get off a full shift, go play basketball for 2 or 3 hours, go to a chick's house, get back to the house around 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, take a 2-hour nap, and be able to do it again the next day. My G, I can't do all that now. I play one game of basketball, bro. My back hurt. And I am in somewhat decent shape. Can't do that no more. And I'd be thinking at this point, hey, listen, man, I can't be out there and tear an ACL. I can't do that. Ain't nobody got me under contract. I go out there and tear an ACL playing with these young boys, bro. I'm out of commission for 6 to 7 months. So I'd be making lifestyle choices. I'd be making business decisions out here now. In my 20s, man, I ain't give a fuck about none of that. None of it. None of it. But now, my G, Stunt says, y'all got me scared to y'all got me scared to turn 40. There's some benefits, but again, yeah, your body definitely changes on you at 40. So me, I tend to stay away from the fast food stuff because I know and man, I remember when these meals that you get from McDonald's, I haven't eaten McDonald's in years, so but I'm just saying, at McDonald's, Wendy's, I remember once upon a time those motherfuckers used to be like $6. And I ain't old. I remember when they introduced those fucking meals. It was like $6 for a large. Denver beat Buffalo. Buffalo's a pretender at this point. They losing to teams that they ain't got no business losing to. But now you go to these same places. Man, these motherfuckers like $18. Damn, Uncle Phil. Man, Denver just came into Buffalo and stuff. Man, let me see what this goddamn score was. Yeah, you can officially say the Broncos are pretenders. 24-22 is the final. Okay. Huh. And they've improved. Shit, Denver got our record now. They're 4-5. Buffalo's 5-5. CP says, Marcus, try being 52. I got a couple more years before I see that. But yeah, man, it's your body starts to tell you when it's time to stop. Or in my case, my body will tell me, my mind won't catch up to it. I can't tell y'all how many times I've been on the couch wide awake. And next thing you know, I'm waking up like, how the fuck did I fall asleep? Body just automatically shuts down. And I be up, fam. And next thing I know, like, and if I'm on YouTube, fam, I can't tell you how many times I've been watching the video on YouTube, and it'll be like on football. Next thing you know, I'm waking up, man. No kidding. A couple nights ago, I was watching something on Pro Football Focus or whatever, and I dozed off, and I heard something I thought was in the fucking house. It was like a goddamn gorilla noise. My G, when I tell you I jumped off that fucking I jumped off that fucking couch because I thought it was in the house. And I'm like, man, I got to do better. I got to do better. That ain't happened in my 20s. Motherfuckers start forgetting shit. This morning, I get up this morning, about to get my day started. I didn't check made sure all the doors are locked in the house, all the lights are out. Man, I go jump in the car. I done left my phone and my keys in the house. I'm like, how did that happen? Man, I done had situations where I've been looking for my phone and my phone was in my hand. At that point, I had to sit down and just evaluate life. I'm looking in the couch. It's in my hand, bro. I'm telling you, man. When this age gets up on you, there are some benefits now. There are some benefits. But man, you move a little different when you get in your 40s, man. You move a little different. Used to be in my 20s when I was driving and I got out the car, I might as well jumped out the car while I was parking the bitch. Now, man, please. I parked the car. I got to sit for a second, bro. Even when I'm at the house, I pull into the driveway or pull into the garage, close the garage, turn the car off. Man, I'm going to sit there for about 5 minutes. Look at something on my phone or whatever the case may be, fam. So I kind of laugh at it now because it's funny when you're young, you don't think. You look at old cats and you're like, yeah, that can never be me. Then you get to that point and you're like, I'm just like that. So, but with each year that passes, man, I thank the Lord that I saw another year. You know, my grade just came in and just, I will say my first gray hair, I caught it like 32, 33. My first gray one. Now at my age, we ain't going nowhere, bro. We ain't going nowhere. We here. Then another one pops up. What's going on, my G? I'm like, where the fuck? I didn't see you yesterday. I was in the background, you know what I mean? Man, the other day, I put some lotion on my face. And you know, sometimes, you know, as guys, you put lotion on your beard, it has like that little white and you kind of got to rub it into your beard. Man, I was rubbing through my skin because I thought it was the lotion. I'm like, this shit great. I'm like, this is great. This ain't going nowhere. But hey, man, I appreciate every gray. I'm one of those types, man. I don't take it for granted. You know, with every gray hair, it's frustration and wisdom at the same time. You got stress grays and you got wisdom grays. At this point, I can't tell which one is which. Because this team has definitely put at least 15 to 20 on me. Greg's gray hair starting to jump out like old Busta Rhymes videos. Man, I'm gonna wake up in the morning and see another gray hair come out. If you really want to party with me, just like, man, come on, dog. So yeah, man. Stunt says, when I was a teenager, I thought I'd never get old. Now that I'm 31, I'm like, damn, it's time to get right with God. Yeah, man. Like, my 20s were a blur. I when I look back at my 20s, it just happened in a blur. Like, I couldn't tell you what life was like at 25. Honestly, I couldn't. I know I was out there doing crazy shit. But I can't really pinpoint now in my 30s. Yeah, I can tell you where I was at 32, 33. But I was so out there in my 20s, man. But again, all the energy in the world, didn't need no Red Bull to stay up. Now, man, it's so bad now. Too much caffeine will put me to sleep. Man, my body gonna get some sleep. I done had situations where I done had 3 cups of coffee and dozed off. In my 20s, 3 cups of coffee, it had me robbing a bank, bruh. Dead serious. 3 cups of coffee, I'm somewhere. That caffeine got me running around like a chimpanzee. Now 3 cups, it don't matter. It don't matter. My body be looking at that caffeine like, you really think we ain't going to sleep? You really think we ain't going to sleep right now? Watch this. I be waking up at 2 o'clock in the goddamn morning like, man, God, come on, man. And hitting the gym for me, that's an automatic. I'm automatically sleep. I get a good workout. I know as soon as I get home. Devin says, man, you need some carbs. I get carbs too, fam. But I'm telling you, after a workout, I know as soon as I get in the house, as soon as I get a shower, get a banana in my system or something like that, I'm asleep. I prefer that type of sleep though. And then, another thing, Gavin said, turn 40 and be running to the bathroom like a toddler. Man, I was from probably 19 to 30, 32, 33. I was 197 pounds. That was my staple weight. I can eat whatever the fuck I wanted to. I might put on like 3 pounds. It's gone in a matter of a day or two. 197. I can get on the scale and almost guarantee 197. Now, I don't think I can get back to 197 if I tried. Them days gone, bruh. I'm struggling to get back down to 250. Three Dirty says, you guys better embrace them 40s. They go by fast, and then them 50s is another story. Yeah, man. Right now, I got to shake these young gals off me. I'm starting to sound like my pops. Them young girls be all up on a player. And I be thinking, how old are you? I'm 22. Yeah, I can't do it. Nah, I can't do it. Yeah, I was born in 2001. And I'd be thinking, I'm like, shit, 2001? Man, I was in the fucking military. I can't. Nah. So yeah, man, I'm at a fun age right now. I'll say that right now. It's kind of like you're in the middle. You're old to young folks, and you're young to old folks. You talk to your parents, hey man, you ain't been through shit, man. Boy, I was in my 40s. That was so long ago. So you're kind of in the middle. You're somewhat hip, but you're not into the young lingo. Like this new rap, I sound like my parents now. I don't understand a fucking thing that these kids talking about now. Like, hey, what you think about this? I get it, and I'm like, what the fuck is he saying? Oh man, it's you got to go on the vibe now. Devin says, I had a friend when I was in the military that was trying to lose weight. He eats 1 meal a day. He cut out carbs. Buddy would be in the chow hall falling asleep mid-combo. I do that now. I pretty much eat once a day. But that is true. It's weird how people's bodies react completely different. I know some people that they'll try eating one meal a day and they're irritable for the whole day. I'm not. Like I'm used to it, but it is true, fam. And that's probably the reason why I'm getting a lot of sleep now. But I actually prefer it this way because it helps with my blood pressure, blood sugar, all that other stuff. And then I kind of eat middle of the day too. So I don't go to sleep on a full ass stomach. But yeah, it does. The side effects of it is weird as shit. I know a friend of mine, he tried it, couldn't do it. He said he started having dreams where burgers and hot dogs were talking to him. Damn, food started invading his dreams, bro. Yeah, this man talked about he had a dream where a hot dog was talking to him, but he had the Hulk Hogan voice. And I'm just cracking up laughing because I'm trying to imagine that you talking to a hot dog in your sleep. This motherfucker sounds like Hulk Hogan. Eat me, brother. What you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I'm like, yeah, bro, you need to start eating more. When that stuff starts getting into your dream, yeah, you wake up and get you some eggs and bacon in your system. So he couldn't do it. But yeah, man, I appreciate being in a situation where I'm getting up there in age. I appreciate it a lot more. But you definitely got to take care of yourself when you get up there in age. In your 20s, when you're young, man, you can do whatever the hell you want to. And I'm 6'5", so bro, when I tell you in my 20s, I didn't worry about health or weight at all. Now, man, I wake up in the morning, I'm checking my blood pressure. That's the first thing I'm checking my blood pressure. I don't think I checked my blood pressure once in my 20s, maybe for fun, but to take it serious, no. Now I be taking that shit dead serious. Them numbers don't come out right the first time. I'm gonna sit there for about 2 or 3 minutes, take some deep breaths, and then run it again. Them numbers got to be right before I get up. So yeah, man. It's nice to be at this age. I'm sitting here. I said I was gonna get off 20 minutes ago. We've been rapping about this for about 20 plus minutes. I'm about to get the fuck off now. We'll do that this weekend. I didn't do Friday night fuckery last Friday that passed because I was gonna go on at 11, and I saw that Tidy over there in Atlanta Bird Gang, he was having his Waffle House thing at 11. So I said, man, you know what? I didn't want to, run at the same time. So I was like, yeah, I'll probably start doing it Saturday night where we can talk about stuff like this. Good conversation outside of the Falcons. So we're not always frustrated on these lives or whatever. Because outside of football, you know, there is life. And there's a lot of good things, a lot of funny things to talk about, you know, as it pertains to life, entertainment, and all that other stuff. So I'll probably set that up for Saturday. We'll still start off talking about the Falcons. But it'll just be an open conversation that we can have, man. Have a little fun. So we'll probably do that we'll definitely do it this Saturday because we're on the damn bye. But with that being said, man, I appreciate y'all rocking out with your boy at 11. What time is it? Shit, it's almost 12 o'clock. 11:46. I appreciate it, man, for the folks that catch this live later on throughout the day or the week. Hey, how y'all doing? I appreciate y'all. And I will holler at y'all definitely on Saturday. So with that being said and done, man, enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy your week. And I'm out of here. Peace.